Hello everyone and welcome to the Ash of Gods Redemption. Very much looking forward to playing this one. I have briefly played this one many years ago, like 2019 or something, and I played it for about an hour. That's all I've done, but we're going to be starting a brand new game and trying out this game on the channel for the first time. I think it has combat, it's like a turn-based tactical combat, very similar to the Banner Saga, if anybody's familiar with that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to dive in, we're going to start a new game, slot number 2. What are we going to be doing? Story mode, a special mode for those who enjoy the plot most. Auto battle system, oh no, we don't auto battle. Classic mode, recommended for all players. Yeah, we're definitely not going to do Iron Man mode, I'm not an experienced player in this one. Classic mode, I think, sounds good to me. Year 300 since Divine Retribution, the Spring Equinox.
Unsolved mysteries are like an unquenched thirst, premonitions of trouble to spur you to keep going.
Wow, that was a pretty epic opening. I must say, I don't remember the plot of this game at all from those years ago when I did try it out to start with. Wow, that was an opening. God, the rest of the game is kind of as good as that opening. It's going to be a fun playthrough.
"1,002 years since Divine Retribution, the end of winter, the Vale of Mercy, foothills of the Milky Mountains."
700 years ago, you and the other Kuros took to the field at Drowsy Deep, seeking to prevent a great calamity, the Reaping. Your self-sacrifice should have destroyed the Reapers once and for all. 9 years ago, you began feeling a growing sense of unease and decided to roam Terminum in search of the cause. A month ago, you met a temple servant of the town of Gordon. There was something peculiar about him. Feeling a long-forgotten sense of dread, you realized it was an Umbra Reaper in disguise. He noticed you too, but chose not to pursue. Bowing in jest, he merely winked at you. The return of the Umbra forewarns of an impending reaping, so you head to Milky Mountains, seeking the local seers. You hope to learn the time and place of the coming reaping, and prevent it. When you stepped onto the narrow path, you noticed several sets of footprints. At the time, you thought others might be seeking advice from the seers, but they're just ordinary bandits in search of easy prey. Okay, first little battle. Time to act. Blue tiles indicate where your character can move during the current turn. Orange tiles indicate extra moving distance. Your character must spend some energy to move there. Okay, select strike. Quick strike. Enemies standing on pulsating tiles are within reach and can be attacked using a chosen skill. To select a target, click on the tile that's occupying. Okay, so we can just do a quick strike here. Most attacks allow you to damage either the enemy's health or their energy. Select health damage. Your character will close in on the enemy and attack them. So that's going to be health, and I guess this is going to be energy. Okay, turn back to combat, as I said. Damaging an enemy's energy reduces their options, because faster movement and powerful skills require energy to execute. Moreover, if an enemy has 0 energy remaining, double damage will be dealt to health instead of energy. This enemy has a lot of health but only 5 points of energy. It makes sense to strip him of remaining energy so that he can deal double damage to health. Click on an enemy with the right mouse button to see a list of skills you can use against them. Okay, so we're going to use quick strike again, but this time we're going to go for the energy. Energy stripping attack. Your character will automatically close in and attack the enemy. You can select an enemy to learn more about their abilities. Click on the tile they're standing on with the left mouse button. Now that you've chosen an enemy, you can see a list of their skills in the lower part of the screen. Mouse over them to read their descriptions. So Axe Hurl does 2 health, 50% of attack, deals 3 damage, 100% of attack. Or Berserk, 3 health, cooldown 2, increases your defense and walking distance by 1, does not end turn. Okay. You can choose to manually walk to your destination before choosing an attack to use. Click an empty tile with the left mouse button to confirm your action. Okay, so we can go to that square there. And then I guess we want to take this guy. If you want to use a skill that doesn't require a target, right click on the tile your active character is standing on. You see a golden circle under his feet. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. You'll see a list of skills which do not require choosing a target first. There's also a skip turn button which comes in handy if you're unable to axe or don't want to. Remember to always finish the turn by using one of your active character's attacks or by clicking the skip turn button. So circular hit deals 32 damage to all surrounding units. Okay. Choose to damage the enemy's energy. Your character will deal damage to all nearby enemy units. Enemy units with no remaining energy will receive double damage to health instead. In the battle. So that's like the first turn. So now we want to go on this guy. So we want to go do a quick strike. Okay, so he's got 15 health. Doesn't say. Not sure how much damage that's going to do. So it deals 16 damage and increases your energy by 12. Okay. If we do an energy attack, it looks like he's purely got -1 health because he's got no energy left. We got him. Okay. So it's going to take a little while to kind of figure out what the tactics are. I know some people who will have played this will be experts and will know the intimate details of the most efficient strikes. That's not going to be me, unfortunately, not just yet. But we're going to have fun with this anyway. You're about to knock on the hut's door when it suddenly swings open. A woman appears on the doorstep. Your heart leaps from your chest. She's the one you left behind when you went to fight at Drowsy Deep. She's the one you loved. Amma. In detached manner. How do you say that? Blanche? It took you a long time. It's been 702 years. You managed to survive where 12 of our kin perished. Did you go into hiding? Basically, please, call me Hopper. I'm already used to the name. I was called... how would you say that? I don't actually know how to pronounce that. Blanche? It doesn't seem to fit. Blanca, I don't know. Where we were together. I wasn't hiding in that battle, you know. I was wounded, pierced by arrows. That's why I didn't complete my task. Yes, I've heard the legend of the 12 brave ones. They who cast an enchantment on themselves and turn to stone. They achieved their goal. The land I called home was free from plague and reaping. A price too high, though, by my reckoning. Why did you come in search of me again? I wasn't looking for you, but for the local Seeress. There are signs, beasts leaving the forest of Datura, and the Vandil, which has been sighted on the woodland trails. I ran into Atracha while in Gordin myself. They have returned. There's another reaping upon us. This is going to be a fun one to read, isn't it? I can tell. That's a foolish question, Hopper. I do not foretell the obvious. You might as well have asked whether the winter will follow autumn. The reaping is coming, you know it. All loose ends should be tied. That's a foolish question. Oh, okay, we've already done that one. So what do we mean by tied? What do you know of the coming reaping? So I wonder... So this is greyed out, but this one is yellow. I wonder if that means something. Okay, let's go for what do you know of the coming reaping? The mere fact that it's coming. Rivers will run red with blood, and the abyss will claim many tortured souls. Why the sudden concern for mortals? We are mere parasites on the body of mankind. There is nothing to be proud of, even if we are both Umbra. We have long embraced the human way of life. I care about the fate of Terminium. To the reaping we are no more than specks of dust. This time we don't have 12 comrades willing to sacrifice themselves. Among those still living, some will succumb and become reapers. Do you really wish to involve yourself? I need to stop the reapings. They're happening again because of me. It's my fault. Still thinking of yourself? We are maggots, the lowliest of servants, lucky enough to have a seat at the table. Are you looking for the forsaken gods of this land? I have a book that describes the life of one. Here, take it. I had a good laugh reading through the nonsense. Thank you for the book. I've been searching high and low for similar records. But still, when and where will the reaping begin? That's where I'm needed, I know it. 700 years the dead have blamed me. I need your help. Give me your knife. The same kind our brethren sacrificed themselves with. Give it to me and you'll get your answer. Pass it over. Pity. I really hope to use it. I doubt anything else can kill a Reaper. Well, here you go. But why do you want it? The reaping shall begin on the day of the vernal equinox, both in the north and the south, in the towns of Rodan and Albius. I wouldn't waste time if I were you. Sadly, I don't have time to reach the north. Farewell. I hope our paths cross again, though you still haven't told me why you need the knife. I saw you kill me with this very knife, Hopper, so I hope our paths never do cross again. Farewell.
What does one need to meet old age in peace? Only to avoid a major disaster.
Okay, chapter 1. So yeah, we're feeling guilty because we failed to stop the reaping properly last time. Because we stopped from performing our own sacrifice.
Year 1002 since divine retribution. Burkana, the kingdom of Odala, city of Albius. The spring equinox. 8th year of peace since the last war. A retired captain of the guard and his daughter are strolling through the festival market.
Oh, she did the Born trick. Strange. A woman in odd clothing is walking away from the town hall. Her beauty should be turning heads, yet I seem to be the only one who notices her. Kalida, are you daydreaming again? You nudge your daughter when you see the Burgomaster Baron Trubel approaching. Good day, Thorn. Gelda, I take it there is a reason you've been scouring the market since dawn, looking for a gift for Leaky? Yes, how did you know? That's you on the shoulder. Albus is far from the largest town. There aren't too many captains of the Royal Guard here, and even fewer captains' wives. and only one of these wives celebrates her birthday on the day of the spring equinox. Please give her my regards. I will, Burgomaster, though you are most welcome to stop by and do it in person. The Burgomaster is eager to carry on, but one of the citizens calls his name. Trouble gives you a nod and tends to matters. A stubborn old man, he seems resilient. I've heard he is a distant relative to the king himself. The distance of their relation may be the secret to his longevity. Well, it looks like we got carried away and aren't any closer to picking a gift for Leekie. What are we going to get her? Care to give me a hint? What would your mother like? In the dialogue window, this icon means that your choice will have far-reaching consequences. Oh god, the consequences of my actions. Okay, so we could give her jewellery. Maybe clothing, if only Matt's come to visit. So I still don't know why we've got one grey option and the others are not. Don't know. Jewellery, I mean jewellery seems good. We could give her jewellery. Then we should head to Rask's shop by the town hall. If we need clothing, then we can visit the cloth merchants. Okay, so what have we got there? Paddy Gang's one of the merchants trading in fabrics and clothing. Leader, it looks as if she wants to say something but is too shy to do so. Perhaps you could talk to her. The Rask shop, your old friend Rask trades in jewellery and antiques. Well, let's just see what Gleed has to say first. Was there something you wanted to talk about? I know what Mother really needs. Good health for her ailing heart. Is there any way to mend it? Magic? Help from the gods? I don't put faith in magic. Even the gods, it seems, don't offer help to their servants. Remember how we call their temple? The Temple of Divine Retribution. Only fools expect any help from them. I wish we knew why they had this to exact this retribution on your mother. Then we should be content with what the market has to offer, and I'm going to win tomorrow's fencing tournament in her honour. Do you honestly think she'll take pleasure in watching her daughter hurl herself at another blade, even if it is but a practice sword? Yeah, but I'm a better fencer than any others who signed up. Don't get too full of yourself. Your pals from the company, Sop, Brett and Hode, are no worse. Not by much at least. In any case, you should direct your attention away from weapons. Give dresses and shawls a chance. Alright, let's go and buy something. Don't crush their dreams. So we're going to go for clothing or jewellery. Here's our old friend. Let's go see our old friend at the shop then, and maybe we'll get some cheap jewellery. Or not cheap jewellery, good expensive jewellery, but discounted maybe. Did Dad find out where I really go during my midday walks? There's nothing criminal in it, but I'd rather nobody knew my manuscript hunting. I told him that I go to the pastry shop, which usually isn't true. I just hope Rask doesn't betray my secret. Oh, she's speaking to herself, okay. Gleeder, this is Rask, an old friend and expert in all kinds of curiosities. We've known each other since Odar. Hello Rask, it's been a while. It's been 3 years, my dear Thorn. We've run into each other now and then, but ever since you arrived in town, newly retired, and bought a silver necklace with the garnets, you've forgotten all about my shop. Are you here to get a gift for Leekie? Yeah, sure, but you guessed right. Will you help me pick something nice? I remember the last time we bought her a birthday present. It was exactly on the vernal equinox. I won't hide it. I'd have been pleased had you started buying jewellery for me every year since. My wife hasn't been interested in jewels for the past few years, though her garnet necklace is her favourite. She's been feeling better of late. Is it true that garnets aid a weak heart? If I'm not mistaken, garnets possess no magical properties, but certain other stones do. Concoctions cannot mend an ailing heart, but the warmth of a loving family can preserve it. Though I have heard that there is a particularly skilled healer in Ursus. Unda is her name, but even she cannot perform miracles. A healer from Ursus. Yes, I've heard of her. We've been to Ursus and visited the Menhir, but it was all for naught. The healer wasn't at her home. They told us she could be wandering with her daughter for years. We can't exactly pitch camp on her doorstep, can we? And the Menhir, it didn't help at all? My wife and I visited all the Menhirs in this kingdom, and those neighbouring too. We've talked to the holy fathers of the Temple of the Divine Retribution. Iki's ailing heart is no mere sickness. It's an inborn affliction, aggravated by the difficult delivery of our second child. Menhirs cannot heal such injuries, just as they cannot regrow a severed hand. Before getting into Menhirs, we were discussing other stones, weren't we? I offer nothing to no one without purpose. Nevertheless, I've been having premonitions as of late. Providence must have brought you to my shop today. You're looking for a gift, and I want you and your family to survive the coming troubles. Call me superstitious, even mad if it pleases you. I hope I'm mistaken, but my premonitions tend to come true, and you, Thorn, will benefit from the Strix. This I know. It is indeed expensive, but you can pay in installments over several years if you like. Rask reaches into a box and places a highly polished stone on the counter. The metal setting is very unusual. It looks like an insect tightly clutching the stone in its legs. If this large Strix reduces in size, the platinum base will squeeze its legs to grip it tightly. Think of it as magic, if you like. Tell me how your amulet works. I'll tell you what the ancient texts say about Strixes. When a common woe comes, death walks among mankind and saps their vigour. But death finds a Strix sweeter than one's life, more alluring. Till the stone has been sucked dry, the wearer will yet live. It gives hope. If saying hope can be bought, what then is the price? Such rarities do not come cheap. The price for the stone is 100,000 gold coins. Even if I paid you over 10 years, I still couldn't afford it. If you only knew how quickly decades go by. What I mean is that at my age, I've already been thinking in decades for some time.
Hey.
In our case, every hour counts, right, Glida? Does anything come to mind? I consider the strict. You know what? I'm wondering. Maybe the greyed out ones are the options I chose when I played this before. As I said, I've played about an hour of this before. It's possible. So maybe if you're on the second playthrough, you can choose different options. But to be honest with you, yeah, I'd go with this one. I'd consider the Strix. We kind of want it, I think. Here's what we'll do. Take the stone. No deposit, no acknowledgement of debt, and I'll take your word, Thorn. For if you lie, I will lose faith in the kindness of men. If you or your family find no use for it in the next year, you'll return it. Agreed?
Huh?
It would be foolish of me to decline such a generous offer. A Strix of this then, even if I do have to return it in a year's time. Rask, you're behaving quite strangely today. You take the Strix from the table and hide it under your shirt. You look up at Rask. He is staring at the ceiling, his face pale. At first you were confused, but then you hear the bell ringing from the town hall. We've got 20 Strixes. So Strix must be like a game mechanic. Perhaps if I hadn't done that, I wouldn't have got them. Maybe they're like extra lives or something for combat? I don't know. Why is the town bell ringing? If I were Tribble, I would have had the chimes on his head chopped off. Is he drunk again? It isn't even noon. That bell rings 4 times a day. Don't you find it annoying, Rask? You watch in surprise as Rask takes a big sack and starts emptying the contents of his numerous drawers, big and small, into it. Just a matter of habit, dear Thorn. With time, you get used to much stranger things. He knows something is up. It seems like he's getting ready to leave. You do not realise how wise a choice you made. Silver could be of use, of course, but a Strix will most certainly aid you. And if it does, how long will I be paying for it? 5 years? A decade? The bell keeps tolling. Rask slings the sack over his shoulder and takes an axe with a curved handle from the wall. So you can kind of hear the crowd as well that's getting riled up over something. It no longer matters. I hope we meet again. I would flee from the town if I were you. The fortress of Opacum is the safest place to go. The merchant retreats into a shop and you hear the back door open and close. Glida, it looks like Rask has lost his mind. We should leave. Yeah, something was happening. Look at this. Oh, it's the guy from the battle. You see Baron Trobel lying on the ground. Blood flows from his mouth, nose, ears and eyes. He is dying. It's no one in particular. Yeah, the Reaper. Resilient. You struggle to stay on your feet. Blood gushes from your nose. Glida, scared to death, cowers behind your back. Rather taciturn. What do you want? Nothing. The Burgomaster decided to free you all. Forcing the words out. Decided what? Ritual. A tribute to memory. Use the last of your strength to keep standing. Your heart pounding is about to leap from your chest. Your throat tightens. Dying already? I beg you, leave my daughter alone. I do not need either of you. Yet. The towering monster looks at you for a moment, then extends its arm and points to your pendant. The monster grabs your captain's insignia, clenching it in his fist. Hissing, the strix in the pendant shrinks. Oh, we lost 8 of that one. The reaping begins with your family, Thorn Brennan. The monster vanishes. You shake your head, coming to your senses. Oh, blessed gods. Did you hear what it said about our family? Quick, we've got to get home. This doesn't sound good. Glida cries out, stopping you in your tracks. She hastily pulls some kind of coloured plaques from under her belt. These almost burned me. Rask gave them to me about a week ago. Supposedly they used to be magical battle cards in the past. They became burning hot all of a sudden. Take a look at the cards. What are they? I don't know. The magical plaques are hot to the touch, almost burning your fingers, yet they fit comfortably in the palm of your hand. You feel as if you could, but with a gesture, sling spells at any foe. Could it be from regaining their power because of the reaping? You wonder where Rask came by these cards, but you remember seeing them peddled as curios and souvenirs at many Birkenhead markets. The sound of footsteps comes from somewhere up ahead. 3 thugs are barring the way, their swollen faces are contorted with mindless rage. Did Hiram become so brazen as to attack townsfolk? With a swift motion, you draw your sword, but the thugs are unimpressed. You look closer and notice the vacant eyes and foam at their mouths. Your opponents are either very drunk or insane. You step in front of Glida. I'll beat some sense into them. Stand back. In response, Glida slips aside and draws her own blade. Did I practice with the sword all these years just to cower behind your back? Together we can deal with them faster. What your daughter is really asking for is some stern parenting, but the thugs attack you with a feral roar. You can only hope Glida has taken your lessons to heart. Okay, if you have more than one character in your party, you can choose the turn order. Just select any character standing on the highlighted tile and choose an action to end their turn. The tile will dim. When all of your characters end their turns, a new round will begin. You'll be able to choose between your available characters again. Click on the icon in the bottom left to use a card. Each card has a number that shows which round it will become available. Each card can be used only once per battle. After you use the card, it won't be available again until the next battle. Red skulls next to a character portrait indicate the number of wounds a character has sustained. The character's stats are lowered depending on the number of wounds. If a character sustains 4 wounds, they die. Keep an eye out for this useful button. It can be found throughout the game. Click on it to read descriptions of various game mechanics. Okay, positioning. Place your units before the start of the battle. To be honest, they seem pretty good where they are. Okay, our turn. So, what are these things then? So we've got card mechanic. This is something I've forgotten all about. Reduces health by 5 to a random enemy unit and increase the energy by 2 to all party members. Increases attack by 2 to a random party member. I mean, that seems pretty good. Increases defense. Increases health. Reduces health by 10. and reduces attack by 5 and increases attack by 1 to all surrounding units. So let's have a 20 health, 12 energy, 25 health, 12 energy, 40 health, 5 energy. So he's one of the high health but low energy. Okay, and then do we know what moves we have? Deals 7 damage and pushes an enemy unit by 1 tile, increases your counter attack by 7. Deals 7 damage, increases your defense by 3. Deals 12 damage of 2 health to all surrounding units and pushes back all surrounding units by 2 tiles. Increases defense, end turn. And then we've also got anger. Increase your defense and attack by 1. And then increase defense of a party member by 6. Okay, so we can just do an attack against the guy. This one will do. We can't do that one. Okay, well let's just do with a standard attack, I guess. We'll go for. So how much did it do? 7 damage. So we'll do this. We'll do it on this guy. So do we go for energy? So we still have lots of health. We were working towards his energy. I reckon we'll go. We'll just go straight for his health, I think. And you'll see that we've used a bunch of energy to then do that. We've now got to probably withstand all these attacks coming. Oh, he's going straight for her. Okay, well now we've got her. What can she do? So she can attack 9 damage. He's got 13 health. Okay. Double strike deals 18 damage to health and to energy. Reduce your attack by 1. That could potentially. Does that mean it's going to do like everywhere all around maybe, or are they just the squares that she can attack? I'm not sure. Heavy strike deals 27 damage and increases your attack by 2. She looks pretty candy in battle actually. Look at this. We can also do cover and damage split. Damage received is equally split between health and energy. Does not end turn, so these don't end the turn. Increases your energy by 4 and all damage received is dealt to health. Okay. Well, let's do a big old one then. Let's do 27 damage. That'll kill him. 18 damage will do as well, but that reduces the attack. And that increases attack by 2. Okay, 4 energy. Okay, let's do this one. And we'll go straight to health. He's done. So they're just all going straight for her. So that I wasn't actually looking, but that looked like. Okay, let's do this here. She's got 12. So this. Okay, so does that actually take health to do? Okay, well this one deals 11 damage. I think what we'll do here is we'll go for his energy. That will deplete his energy, and then we can do some damage to his health as well. Well, what I might do. Oh, I forgot about these cards. Oh, look, counter attack. That was good. Let's do. Can I do a? I'm going to do a cure. We'll cure her because she's getting a little bit hurt. There we go. Okay, so now we're going to do. So he's got no. It's got no energy left. Okay, so we can do 7 damage, 12 damage. Yeah, let's do this one. And we'll do that. Hold on. There we go. We're going to do. Yeah, we'll do this one. And we'll do it to his. Oh, okay, so that does more. Yeah, because it does double damage to his health. So that does a whole lot of 14, and we've increased our defense. Yeah, so we don't take any damage that time. That's good. Yeah, it's going to take a little while to kind of figure out what to do, how this works. So, okay, yeah, so her attacks, I see what it means now. So it takes 17 of her health to do it. Okay, but this one doesn't, so we're just going to go... Okay, so that's why she has this... where is it? Increases your energy by 5 and all damage received is dealt to health. That doesn't really help. Okay. We'll do an 11 damage here. Oh, if we do that to his energy, yeah, that does double, so that'll take him out. Oh, look, we gained health for that as well. Okay, so we can just do a 7 damage, 12 damage. Yeah, we'll do this one and then we'll do it to... Oh, hang on. Oh no, I can't do that. Maybe that's why. So we'll do this one, we'll do it to his energy. Doesn't quite finish him off, unfortunately. He's not able to do any damage left. So we're just going to come on this guy and we're going to do a basic attack. Done. Frozen with terror, Galda stares at the bloody corpses. This is the first time she has fought to the death. Grabbing her daughter by the shoulders, you shake her until she looks away from the bodies. She meets your gaze and, stealing herself, nods with determination. You are proud of your daughter, but even more so, worried about your wife, Leekie. There is no time to lose. You need to get home as soon as possible. A couple of side alleys later, you open that familiar gate. Cool, so we've got some experience, so we've obviously going to level up our characters. Got some gold. You run into the house. Blood covers the living room floor. Old Tanner, your housekeeper, stands at the door, trembling. Karina, his daughter, and your maid lies motionless on the floor. Just beside her is your wife, Leekie. No. Tanner, what happened here? Galda is trying to say something but cannot speak through suffocating sobs. It takes all your willpower to retain composure. Managing to speak is a struggle. With jaws and fists clenched, nails dig deep into the flesh of your palms, and your teeth feel as if they are about to crack. Galda is stroking her mother's hair and whispering to her. For a brief moment, you consider ending your own life, but you have a daughter in need of protection. She resembles your wife so strongly. You slowly turn to the servant. He is saying something. Weeping heavily. Such a tragedy has befallen us. Oh, such grief. First, both Leekie and Karina screamed in pain. Then my daughter seemed to lose her mind. She went at Mistress Leekie with a knife. Mistress defends herself, but... So his daughter went crazy and attacked her. Do we just... I don't know, I feel like I need to roleplay this here a bit. No, Leekie, please. No. Dad, what do we do now? How do we go on? I couldn't tell you, that'd be an awful situation. Oh, the horror, the horror. His Excellency Count Vici and his young son Bran always said it would end this way. So I don't actually know, we don't know the backstory of this, so I don't know how to react to this one. Clearly we're not friends with them. Don't you dare mention their names. Of course, Master, I'll do it. Galda, remember to take Mother's jewellery box and bring the money from the nook in my room, quickly. You brush aside a strand of your wife's hair and notice something odd. Dark blue mark, like an ulcer on the nape of her neck. The surrounding skin is swollen as if burnt. Galda also notices it and backs away, her face pale. This is right out of an ancient manuscript. The same thing happened 700 years ago. A pain pierces your neck and grows into a fiery noose. It strangles you and you die in terrible agony. They called this the plague, the reaping. Dad, the back of my neck is burning. Let me see. Damn it, I got the same mark. Take a look, do I have it? Nothing. How come? Why did the plague spare me? Wait, I don't believe in luck. There must have been something else. Something that protected me, but what? I hope Rask was right. Galda, come here, put this on. You pull Rask pendant from the bag and hang it from your daughter's neck. She nods, and you pull it into your embrace again. You walk into the front yard and look around. No, you shouldn't bury Licky here. Better do it at the back. Glida follows you. Get Tenna and bring the bodies here, you tell her. Be quick about it. Our time is short. Just wrap them in something, alright? You finish digging. Your hands are shaking, but not from fatigue. Tenna buries his face in his hands. Glida is a shadow of her former self. Realization dawns. If you halt, sorrow will drown you. You climb out of the freshly dug grave and lift Licky's body. You lay Queen's body beside that of her mistress. They used to play together as children. You lift the shovel. Glida remains still. Tenna mumbles one of the temple hymns. What could he be asking of the gods, you wonder? What use of prayers to his daughter now? You drop the last handful of dirt into the grave and throw the shovel aside. You feel as if on the edge of a cliff. Your wife is no more. Her body no longer in your warm embrace, but in the cold earth. For some reason, you still live. Glida hugs you, pulling you back from the precipice, the same as when you met with the Reaper. Wow. Okay, well, you know what? I think we will leave it there for now. Thank you very much for watching. Please do let me know what you think of this. There's a lot of reading in it. My throat's getting a bit sore, but it seems to be quite a powerful story, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're definitely going to be carrying on with this one. So if you did enjoy it, because this is the first episode in the series, and if you made it this far, would really appreciate you leaving a like and a comment down below, and of course subscribe if you haven't already. And I'd very much appreciate it if you would come back for episode number 2, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.